everyone, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. If this is your first time here, why have you not come sooner? There is absolute heat going on in this channel, especially the last two videos. Go check them out. But if you're here, you may be here because today's video is pretty awesome. And if you're a returning viewer, hey, thanks for coming back. I know last video we said we weren't turning into a reptile channel. We're still not. We're just an animal channel. But some things may have changed a little bit. Yeah, just some, maybe two things? Yeah, definitely two things. So let's get into that. So yes, we are getting a couple more reptiles. We don't have names for these guys yet, but we got two ball pythons. So like the last two reptiles that we got, we did put them into some quarantine tanks for some time. And for some time for these guys is actually just today. So one day. The other one's got a couple of days in quarantine. These guys are going to go into their 20-gallon tanks today, and they are ball pythons. So the one that I held first is the female, and it is a albino python. Albino banana maybe, albino something. She's got beautiful genes, but this one is a male, and it is a pied. Now pied is where there's the brown, like kind of normal ball python aesthetic, but then that cool white all the way through. And I've also noticed this video and last video, we have that diagram up. That's for something like probably a year in the making, at least 6 months. Well, for you guys, probably a year. For us, probably 6-8 months in the making for a different enclosure. But hey, you know, leave a comment down below what you think it is. But enough talking. This guy is super inquisitive. It's kind of weird. They both like changed their behaviors at the same time. When we got them, he was super mellow and didn't want to climb. She wanted to climb up my arm. Now he wants to climb and she's super mellow. But they're also pretty sick. So, all right, enough talking. Let's go get their 20-gallon setup. We'll get them in. Not going to be a huge build video. I do want to talk about one part of their enclosure though. And then we'll kind of get them in there and let them chill. But it's exciting. All right, so we're down here in the rec room now with the axolotls, and the only thing I wanted to talk about is these pads. So if you've never used these pads, myself included, you may see these and be like, what the heck is that? These are an under tank filter. You can only use it on glass aquariums like this one, but you pop this sucker underneath the glass and you turn it on, and it heats the glass and then thus heats the area. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set that up underneath the 20-gallon, and then we're also going to have a basking lamp, a very light, dim basking lamp. It's only 50 watts because we just want the ambient temperature to be in the air at 90 degrees as well. But we're gonna go ahead and get that set up. The tanks that the apistogrammas were in, I have taken down completely, just all the way cleaned out, and they have been left to dry overnight. So I'm gonna go grab them real quick. I say overnight, it's been multiple days, but I'm gonna go grab those, get them situated, and then we're gonna put them exactly where the apistos were on that top rack. My mentality is if a fish is up there, I don't neglect any of my fish, but if a fish is up there, I'm more likely to skip out on certain things because I have to bust a ladder out. But with all of these up there, like Iro, for example, I want to bust it out. So on our top rack right now is one of the breeding pairs of angels, about to be two ball pythons, Iro, the bearded dragon, the dragon puffer, and then the two side neck turtles, pleco, and Asian redtail are all on the top rack. So all these amazing animals, I'm like, yeah, I gotta get up there and interact with them and feed them. So if you're thinking of making a 3-rack system and people tell you don't do it because you're never gonna touch the top rack if you can't do it from just standing, I don't know, put cool stuff up there. I wanna go up there all the time. I wanna bust out the ladder always. The ladder's already out right now. But enough yapping, let's get these tanks set up. Okay, so I actually threw them together pretty quickly. Now, before everyone gets mad at me and they're like, oh, that's not where the hygrometer should be. That's not the right temperatures, blah, blah, blah. I just put them in like 30 seconds ago. They're still getting acclimated. So you'll see them, the temperature rise and fall. But this is what we're looking at. So we've got, this is the males and this is the females, pretty much mirroring each other. I hate these water bowls. there's a delay in the shipment for the water bowls that we got, so we will just have these for the time being. But I noticed that the female, and she's back there getting all warm, I noticed that she was climbing on her, because what we used to have the betta fish in, she was in that for a quarantine, again, just for a day to make sure everything was good to go, and she was kind of climbing up and around on the return valve, so I gave her something to climb on. Same thing with the male, haven't seen him climb yet, and hopefully that holds his weight. This one I feel a little bit more confident on that it'll just push back, and it's pretty rooted in. But these are very temporary. I just want to see how they react in here. It's a 20-gallon high, so it'll give them plenty of room to go around, and they are just babies. Technically, babies are juveniles, so by all means, this is not going to be their final enclosure. This may not even be the enclosure they live in for the time being until they get to the final enclosure. Who knows? But we'll get this all situated. We'll get a bigger water bowl so their whole body can get into it as necessary, and we'll let them chill out, and we'll scrape off these old algae stains from the tanks as well. But that'll be in the next one. Not next video, next clip. We'll wait. Not for something as, you know, a whole nother video doesn't need for that water bowl. I'm just, shut up. You guys just want the snakes. Yeah, so we didn't actually get new water bowls. I don't like them still. They're a little shallow, but they are able to slither through them, drink out of them. So, you know, flash forward a couple of months, really, you know, 6 or 7 months. We're actually still using them because they've actually enjoyed them. Yeah, so they're deep enough. And for these little guys, it's okay. We will be updating their enclosure sooner rather than later. But they're doing well. We took the basking lamps off. We put some cling wrap on the top of their enclosure on that lid, so there's no more holes in the lid. Well, not no more. There is for air ventilation, but the majority of them have been reduced to keep in moisture and things of that nature. But it's been going well. They are thriving. They've grown. You know, a decent amount. Ball pythons don't exactly blow up overnight. They take years to get to their full size, but they've done well, and they're healthy, they're happy. They have been transferred over to frozen thawed, which is fantastic. They came to us live feeding and on mice, and from day one, we just had patience and we got them switched over. They were young, so I was able to assist feed to get them kind of going on it, and now they're eating like champs. So by all means, it's possible, just you have to have patience with these animals. Ball pythons are picky eaters anyways, so you gotta take it where it's at. It is 7 months down the road, about to be 8 months down the road since we shot this video in October of last year. So it's been a little while. We are obviously in the new place. They're thriving in the new place. But yeah, the next, I'd say month, so I guess June's gonna be a roller coaster for this channel. In a positive light, July is going to have a lot of great opportunity for us as well. It's definitely going to be a huge change come July. June's going to be wrapping up a lot of our pre-recorded stuff, and July is going to be some fantastic new endeavors for us here at TOAIKO. But if you did enjoy, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'm excited. I'm excited for you all to grow with us. But we'll talk in the next video.